Alright, good morning guys, YouTube people, world, who's ever, wherever. Today's plan, I'm going to replace some brake pads on the Yamaha. So, I believe these are probably the back because they're smaller. And those are probably the front. And then this is the e-brake. So, got those off Amazon. Don't know if I'll do a link or not, but, or maybe I got them off eBay. I think I got them off of eBay. Yeah. So, got a jack, got a piece of wood, and yeah, I'm gonna take off the wheel. I am home, by the way, on a Friday. I'm home because I have a DOT day. Got a day to rest. That's too big. Yeah, a day to rest. Because I'm only allowed to drive 70 hours before I need a break. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have probably heard it before. But anyway, yeah, so I have to take a day off to reset my hours so that I can drive, because we have other guys driving as well, so they got to take their days off. They take their days off tomorrow, or one guy will take his day off tomorrow, and then yeah, and then I'll drive his truck, and then the other guy will take Sunday off, and then I'll drive his truck. So basically like a relief truck driver slash laborer. Anyway. So, yeah, do that. Brake pads. I think I'm gonna have to adjust these control arms or tie rods, because it seems like I don't have full throw to the left of steering. So it seems like it goes one full turn to the left, or sorry, one full turn to the right, and only 3/4 of a turn to the left. So I'm probably going to have to extend this arm and probably shorten this arm, because you see how many threads we got hanging out of there as opposed to here. And this was the first one I did with that control arm, the stock one. The stock one, I took the measurement off of this one. Then when I threw it in over there, threw the other one on the passenger side, it didn't match for some reason. So anyway, yeah, so to do the brakes, I'm assuming, because I'm just changing the pads, I'm assuming I'm just gonna need, I believe that's a 12 millimeter. I'll probably use a wrench. I don't want to use impact for two reasons. One, doesn't look like there's enough room. It might be a 13. So it doesn't look like there's enough room behind the hose to stick a socket on, at least on this side, which means probably that side. So definitely not a 13, definitely not a 14. So most definitely a 12. And I'm gonna need an opened end 12 because I can't get a boxed in there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to do, is I have to try to compress the piston so that when I put the new pads in there, they'll just slide in. So anyway, yeah, so anyway, let me get those off and compress the pads. I'll figure out how I'm gonna do that. I do some sort of channel lock action. Very lightly though, obviously. I'm not trying to damage anything. So anyway, let me get it off and we'll see how bad they are. Alright, got pads off. This side actually does not look, they don't look too bad. They do look like they're a factory Nissan TT2138GF. Anyway, how I compressed it, to get this bolt, I basically just pivoted this up and then unthreaded the bolt as I pulled it out. And then to compress it, I just took the pads like this, stuck them both in there and then compressed it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to clean these off, pull these out. Actually feel really smooth. Just going to spray it down real quick with some brake clean probably, and might throw a little bit of lube in there on these brackets after I clean them. And then I might or might not. Let's see how clean. Oh, those look really clean. I'm gonna throw a little bit of grease on there. So after I spray it with some brake clean, and then I'll throw this side on, and then that's pretty much it. If I come into, I believe the rears are a little harder. I think they looked like it last time I had the tire off. They look easier actually. I don't know, but we'll see about the e-brake one. E-brake one doesn't look too bad either, other than I don't know if I might resort to a manual to do those ones. They don't look too bad either. Just look like the same thing. 12 millimeter. But anyway. So if I run into an issue, we'll do whatever. I'll do a video. But if not, next time you see it, it'll be done. Alright, so I guess I could show you guys the difference in thickness. These are the rear. So obviously the dirty one's old and the gold is the new. So I mean, they're not bad, but probably could have got another 1,000 miles off of these bad boys. But it's the same concept. Just throwing them in the bottom pocket first. Hold on. Then pushing them forward that way, push them forward, and then they just snap in. So they're not too bad. But anyway, I'm putting a little lube on the cylinder cups, or the piston cup things, and on the little fingers out here, just a tiny bit. And then I'm taking these out, basically taking these out and adding some fresh grease, some brake. This is what I'm using, by the way. Seal Glide, brake lubricant, caliper slides, all contact points. So I have a little brush right there, and I'm cleaning it first, and then I'm putting a little tiny bit on the stainless steel slides. Just a tiny bit, because this is an off-road vehicle. And yeah, so the rear's 12 millimeter for the bolts, so you don't have to take the whole bracket or anything off. And I'm just using a crescent wrench to hold the locking nut, or locking the sleeve, whatever you want to call it, the pin. And no real torque specs. I believe torque is like 15 or 18 foot-pounds. I'm just snugging them up. So, and then just checking everything else out while I'm in here. So one of these days I will purchase a turbo kit. However, I don't think I need a turbo kit right now. Because hills and stuff, I think hills and stuff, naturally aspirated is a lot better, unless you got straight hills. But hill trails, I don't think you'll see a potential of a boost of a turbo. Only because by the time you get into the wind and off the gas, on the gas, off the gas, you will never be into boost. But I guess when you're in the sand dunes, turbo would be nice. But if I get a turbo, I'll have to get bigger paddle tires. So anyway, yeah, I don't know how bad that's going to be. So we'll be back. I'll show you guys if I run into any issues. I'll basically walk you through on that one. Like, I'll walk through on the front, walk you through on the rear. Pretty basic. The rear, the e-brake, once I tear it apart, clean it, figure it all out, I'll tell you guys what to watch out for, how it goes together, how it comes apart. So anyway, we'll be back. All right, so e-brake is a lot more difficult. You got two 14 millimeter bolts, one there, one here. So I'll have to clean these all up. Anyway, they go into the bracket here, through that bracket, through those two holes, that hole, and it's a pain. I don't know if you're supposed to do it that way. I ended up doing it the way I did it. But so this was like this in there, and I worked it off somehow, some way, and brought it down, brought it like this, somehow got it tucked up in there, and pretty much something like this, brought it in that way. Man, it's hard to see. So anyway, I brought it out this way, brought it in, did some hokey pokey like this. I don't want to put it in yet because, oh man, now I'm stuck. It's a pain in the butt to get out. You just gotta spin it, twist it, do a lot of just nonsense. But anyway, but yeah, I just hope that I get these new pads in here and can adjust this brake, and then that I might have to figure out. I did disconnect the cable. Cable's pretty easy to disconnect. You just pull on the cable, you pull the cable, slide it out, no big deal. Cable right here. So anyway, it's got a little torn little boot protector. Okay, so to get the pads out, I had to, you got two 5 millimeter Allens, which are these little deals. They go in here. Obviously, the pads, you put the pads in first, and then you pull those out. Sorry. You pull these screws out, these little weird elongated set screw bolts. You pull those out, the pads come down. This is the difference between the new and the old, which doesn't look, they don't look too bad. It's just an e-brake. I'm not, you know, pulling the e-brake as I'm driving or nothing, but it's pretty corroded down there, as you can see by these bolts, that bolt there, this bolt here. But anyway, inside this pocket here was full of mud and muck. I used a brush. I probably could do a lot more cleaning, but I'm not going to. So anyway, I'm just gonna add some lube, some lube-a-doob down inside here, because these pads were pretty stuck, I would say. So anyway, yeah, they were stuck pretty good. And when I mean stuck, I mean like side to side stuck. So, and it was mainly because of these bolts. And the picture before this little clip will show you the difference. Took a wire wheel, wheeled these, and yeah, because they were pretty bad. So anyway, as you could tell by all the gunk up here and all the gunk where the slides, where these slide on. So anyway, kind of a pain in the butt to do the e-brake. I've been into it for about, I don't know, 20 minutes with cleaning up stuff, cleaning this, cleaning the little slide deals, and yeah, it's just ready to go back together. So got all the brakes done all the way around, front and rears, and then once I get this buttoned up, I'm gonna go seat them, bed them, whatever you want to call them, go for a little drive. Probably won't share that, but anyway, that's where I'm at. Alright guys, so got the new brakes in. The gold down there, gold all the way around. Anyway, e-brake, pain in the butt. Not really a pain in the butt, it's just tight, and then to adjust it so that the e-brake works, it's kind of a pain. Anyway, but yeah, got it all done. Went, drove around town, Julie Brown, and yeah, set the brakes in, or bedded the brakes, or I don't know what you would call it. I think they call it bedding the brakes. Basically, you're seating them, and runs good. I don't have, so I was doing about 60 miles an hour, and I was getting a vibration, and now I don't have that. I think because of the kryptonite arms. So yeah, so this is completely done the way I want it, minus maybe a turbski, and that's pretty much all I really want. Oh, I am ordering something for this, and that one. Anyway, ordered seat heaters, some warmers. Basically comes with relays, harness, everything. Throw it on a switch, and yeah, it'll heat both seats, and should keep a little bit warm. But yeah, it's the same heating element seats things that I did for the Dodge truck, and I think they'll work out pretty good. Obviously, won't keep you warm up here, but it'll keep your booty warm. So, ordered those. And, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I mean, long-term turbo, long travel. But long travel, the only reason why I want long travel on one of these is because it puts the rear wheel. So if you look, the rear differential's right there, and it comes out. It's basically kicked forward. So that front axle is like this. I'm being drastic, but it's like this. So the long travel will bring everything parallel with the rear axle. So that's the axle. So I think it pushes it back 5 inches and then gets these Yamahas, keeps them from getting bucked, because the geometry, suspension geometry on this isn't the way it should be. Basically where this pivots here, you kind of want it to be your center of gravity, which would be obviously would be there. So it's back too far. I think it's like 8 inches back too far from center. And I think what they do is they make, on the long travel, it pushes it back 5 inches. And then, I don't know, I think they said that's where it needs to be, which is why people do spare tires and boxes on the back of these to push the weight towards the rear so it doesn't buck, basically. So, anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I got, guys. I don't really have too much more. So, I don't know. I might go for a ride, might not. But everything's tight. Everything's good. Car runs great. So, all right, guys. That's all I got. I gotta go eat something. I got to eat. Got to feed the beast. So, we'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry if it's a long video, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, do what you guys do. Keep being you. Later.